What is up, guys? It is 3 days before Christmas, and if you haven't gone to get a Christmas present for your spouse, you probably should watch this video later and go straight to the store and get something for your spouse. If you're listening, keep driving, and instead of going where you're going, you should probably go to Walmart, Best Buy, Shane Co., wherever you get fine, awesome things for your spouses. Anyway, my name's Jeff. Welcome to My Wife Still Likes Me. Let's talk about the stress of spending way too much money during the holidays. We'll be right back.
What year is it again?
All of that really is my wife.
Should I leave?
And we're gonna roll an intro I haven't made yet, but hopefully it looks good.
Your voice changes when you do that.
Still married, I think.
Oh my gosh.
All right, it is the holiday season, high emotions. We're often overstressed because we've committed to too much, or we're going from party to party. It is the first afternoon of Christmas break, so for a lot of us, we are traveling, getting home for the holidays, or our family is going to get in town this weekend. For my family, we've got several things spread out over a couple of days that we've agreed to that mean the most to us. Starting with a big dinner with my church family on Christmas Eve, and then family stuff for the next few days after that. The biggest stressor that I think I hear the most about during this time of year is financial. That there's just not enough to go around. And I think a lot of that comes from having the desire or the pressure to get something extravagant for every single person in our family and every single person on our list. And I don't think it has to be that way. Studies from Investopedia say that the average American is going to spend $1,000 this holiday season. Roughly $700 of that on gifts, and then about $200 on holiday stuff, and then a little bit over $100 on themselves. And then in my house, multiply that times 2, because there are 2 adults in my house. That's a lot. And if you hadn't planned for that, that's like a mortgage payment, right? That's a lot of chunk of change that has to be figured out at last minute to try to figure out how you're going to cover things. And that's where the stress comes from. You know, $50 here at this store, $100 on Amazon, using the credit card because you don't see it, and stuff like that. Like little chunks here all add up because we're going through the grocery store, or if you're at a place like Walmart where you get your groceries and everything else at the same place, you're going through getting paper towels and milk, and then you venture over to the toy aisle and you got this big thing for this kid, and you got this big thing for that kid, and it just adds up, and it creates a lot of stress, and chances are really good we didn't plan or budget for any of it. And don't beat yourself up over it. We're going to chat about some things that we can do different. How can we be better next year? How can we do something different? How can we change the narrative of being stressed because we're out of money and the credit card bill is going to show up in January and our eyeballs are going to get really big? So what do we do about it? So there's a couple of things. The first one is to budget for the important gifts, right? So what are those few things that are super important for those really special people? Maybe it's something special for your kids this year. Maybe it's something special for your wife or mom or something. The big idea is, let's start this idea with not every gift has to be extravagant over the top for every single person, right? That's actually number 5 on my list that I'm going to give you today. But budget for the important ones. And budgets aren't for everybody, but at least have an understanding that, okay, I've set this amount aside for gifts this year, and that's what I'm going to spend. And when you get to the end of that, you either need to spread it out over all of the people you want to get gifts for, or just stop getting gifts. Something that I like to think about and process with my kids is it's not always about the gifts, but a lot of times it's just being present, right? A lot of us are going to spend a lot of money traveling over the next couple of weeks. And so just being in the same room together and singing songs and watching football and hanging out, that means more than maybe something that's kind of cool that maybe only gets used a couple of times a year, but the memories, right? I heard something this week from my favorite author, John Acuff, and I don't remember where he got it from, but I heard it on his show. He said they have a small house because they have big adventures. And how do you apply that same concept to Christmas, right? How do you live small, right? Not be over the top and extravagant so that you can have big adventures and go do stuff, right? Go do things. So those are some things to challenge. Not everything has to be for everyone. What are the few important things you want to budget for, and then set aside a little bit for the few things off to the side. After that, something that my mom actually taught me is she does all of her Christmas shopping in July. Yes, I'm serious. A lot of people have figured this out and understand that a lot of the big box stores and a lot of your online places have a 4th of July sale or something like that. And from what I've been told, a lot of those prices are somewhere close to the same deals as Black Friday, and some of them are even better. So my mom would actually do a lot of her Christmas shopping for all of us kids and our family in July and then hide them. She did really good at it. And then she would wrap them in December and put them under the tree, and we'd have Christmas. And she didn't have to worry about when the bill came in January because she'd already done all of it and she had planned it all, and it was good. Something we do with our kids a lot, and they're all hanging out and watching today, is they will make stuff. So they'll do a craft or they'll build something, and they'll make something super special, which I think means more than just buying a gift to give to somebody. So my kids will make a lot of stuff. Adults, you can make stuff too. Crafting is not just for the kids. Adults make stuff all the time. In my house, we craft and make things all the time. We have a whole room in our house that's just craft stuff. So those things, sometimes they last longer, sometimes they mean more. My wife made me a coffee cup that I love to drink hot chocolate out of because you guys know I don't drink coffee, but I love it. So it's something I see all the time, and it's related to my normal job outside of this. So when I see it, it kind of reminds me that I love what I do, and I love being a dad and a pastor, and I love doing this stuff. And so that means a lot to me, but it was something that my wife made for me, and it was super cool. Something else we do with our kids, because our kids like to do things and to like buy things and give them away, right? They like to participate in all of the extra stuff of Christmas. We let them go to the dollar store, or we have a store here. I don't know if it's everywhere. We have a store here called Five Below, and it's cheap stuff. Most of it's quality for the price, but they're little things, that they can get for their cousins, and cool things that they can get for their friends and their family, like Secret Santa gifts for elementary school parties and stuff like that. But we give them a little bit of a budget, and they can go in there and they can pick the things they want to get for their friends and family that they think are important. And again, not everything has to be extravagant. Not everything has to be over the top. It can be if you plan for it and you budget for it, but a lot of us, we can't always do that, so we have to think about it. But not everything has to be crazy over the top. And there's some things, my wife and I both had big purchases this year that kind of count towards our Christmas presents, if you will. So we have little things that we'll actually do on Christmas Day, but for us, like some of our bigger purchases this year count as our big gifts. Like I got my bucket list card this year, so that's a big chunk of change. That's something we budgeted and planned for, so that counts as my present this year. So come to the end of the year when it's time for Christmas, I just like to be present, be in the moment. There's not a ton of things that I want or expect. I really just want to hang out with my family. I'm going to go see a couple of friends that I haven't seen in a while, and I get to hang out with my extended family, which is awesome. I love being able to be there. And then this past November, I went home for my immediate family Christmas with my sister and my family. And it was fun to just be in the moment and just be present. There wasn't this expectation that this gift has to be better than last year, or if you're shelled in, that the gift has to be of equal or greater value. Be in the moment this year, right? budget for your gifts. Go shopping in a month, not in November or December. Make stuff. Take your kids to the dollar store. Be present in the moment this year. And remember what Christmas is for. Hang out, enjoy each other's time. And that way the stress will be less when the credit card bill or the bank statement comes in January and there's still a little bit of money left over to be able to pay the bills and do the things because we planned for it. So there's a lot less stress when it comes to stuff like that. So you guys are awesome. Thanks for watching the show. Enjoy your Christmas. We will see you probably in January. I don't think we're going to do a show next week. I don't know. But Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and we will check you out in the new year. As always, I am not a mental health professional. If you need help with something, please seek a professional. It is okay not to be okay. Go find somebody who can help you process that. The socials, you can find us at My Wife Still Likes Me or on our website, mywifestilllikesme.com. Like, hit the bell, follow us on all of the other socials. Let us know what you want to talk about. Leave us a comment, and we will see you later. Bye.